All right, Steve, maybe your first thoughts.
Drake's a very good basketball team. You got to be really efficient on both ends against them, really for 40 minutes, just with tempo, pace of play, different things like that. And, I think the first half obviously was the outlier, really struggled to make shots in the first half, but just this is the first game. We did a great job up there at their place, not letting anything get behind us. No dunks, no layups. That's just a big goal for us against them. Everything's got to be a tough contested two or a wall up or vertical at the rim. And thought they just got behind us quite a few times in the first half. And then, second half, we struggled a little bit. But we kind of changed the tempo. We finally made a shot. We finally made a three, and that made back-to-back threes. And that really changed the whole trajectory of the second half to make it last 10 minutes, make it really competitive. We got it to 8. But when you get it to 8 and you're coming uphill the whole game and you only have so many possessions, everything's got to be perfect. And, credit them. Sturts, we've seen a lot of good point guards through here. He's got a great feel, great understanding of the game, made tough plays. And, they had some timely, tough plays, side out of bounds, with 3 seconds on the clock. We kind of, I don't know if we were matched up right or not. I have to look at that on tape. And then we had some opportunities at the rim. We missed. But it comes down, you got to make some shots too, 3 for 15 from 3. But, and then, we have 8 turnovers, but the possessions are so low that it still goes back to having turnovers on 20% of your possessions. But the thing I told the guys is, man, we were in everybody had wrote us off when we were 1-2. Then we really played well, right? We won 3 games in a row and played really high level basketball. And then we kind of hit a little tailspin. And then we went to Southern Illinois and played really well. And they're one of the hottest teams in the league. And these last 2 weeks, we hadn't been very good. I thought tonight we showed some fight and some toughness the last 10 minutes to really get back in the game. But we just need to get one win, hopefully Saturday. And I think that'll change a lot of things. We hadn't been home consecutive games all season since November. We got some home games to finish out the season. I think it's, 4 out of 6, after this weekend. And we got to capitalize on that. And, we got a lot to play for. We got to put ourselves in the best position seating-wise going up to St. Louis. And so if this team can I told them, man, we ain't got time for no frowns. We don't have time for no feel sorry for ourselves. We don't have any time for any of that. We got time to get better. We're going to be off tomorrow because of the way the schedule folds. But we got to go to work. And, man, if we can just hang in there, because I like the character of our guys, when we get back to playing the way we're capable of playing, we're going to be a tough out. And we just got to go from there.
You mentioned just the, no frowns, nothing like that. I mean, how much are you relying on, the senior leaders that are there on the team to kind of just ensure that this thing doesn't snowball?
Yeah, you want player-led teams. Those are the best ones, right? And so, but I thought when I challenged them in the locker room about what we need to expect going forward, I thought they were really good and responsive to it. I thought we had energy leaving out of there because, you can't get beaten down, but I'm not going to get beaten down, man. I'm not going to go. I told the team a personal story. I'm not going to share it here, but we got a lot to play for, man. We got a lot in front of us. So we're not going to sit here and doom and gloom, man. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to talk about all that. Have these last 3 weeks, we have not played great. Hell, anybody can see that. You know what I mean? But 3 weeks ago, we were playing damn good. You know what I mean? And so we got to find that again. It's in there. And sometimes in these leagues, and that's what you got to understand, you can go in a tailspin, right? Follow these other leagues. You can go in a tailspin. Can you get out of it? And that's why we got to rally the troops. Head up, eyes up, and we got to rally the troops. And if you win one game, you have a good week or two in this league, you can jump 4 or 5 spots. Just look at how the thing's been playing out. You can't predict any game in our league. Outside, maybe Drake, they've had tremendous success. But I felt good going into this game tonight. We got off to a good start. You just have to be so efficient. Your pace has to be so good. You have to have a warrior-like mentality for 40 minutes because they're going to grind you and they're going to make it tough on both ends. And that's a credit to them. And then they have, obviously Sturts is a good player, very good player.
The way it ended up going, are you kind of wishing you may have gone with the 1-2-2 earlier?
Yeah, yes and no. Sometimes you do it out of urgency. You're not sure. They're not really trying to score early, so maybe probably could have. I mean, there's always some things second guessing. You're always going to think about. We didn't turn them over, but we got them moving around a little bit. If we did it early, would they have tried to attack? Would you give up a 3 to Mascara? Because we had a couple bad rotations, but they weren't really trying to attack. But man, it got a little bit of my energy in there, and
it looked like it got them out of whack a little bit.
It did, and they had to call timeout, and then they started trying to ball screen it. So we want to try to move it back. So AJ couldn't get ball screened. We had a couple possessions on 40 flip where I thought we had it close to getting a couple 5-second calls or maybe a steal, and you got to be relentless in that. So maybe you could be right on that. I thought at the end of the day in the first half, too many easy baskets, and we had opportunities. I thought to where, we got to execute better, or we got to make like a 1 for 10. Like I'm gonna chart the threes, but out of the 9 misses, I thought, we got good shooters shooting them, and guys we got a lot of trust and belief and confidence in. If you just go 3 for 9, this whole thing's different. But that's the game.
Coach, was there, obviously you haven't looked at the film yet, but was there anything kind of that you saw out there from your vantage point that Drake might have done a little bit differently compared to what they did in Des Moines? It felt like they might have kind of tried to get a little bit more up-tempo at some times. Is there anything that you noticed that really stuck out? Not offensively. They kind of do what they do. They're going to try to get you on some short rolls. They're going to try to get behind you. They're going to constantly move. They're going to get Sturts and get action and ball screen action. What I thought defensively, stuff that was good, our rover action, our baseline runner action, our circles, staggers action, thought they were more physical. I thought they switched off some stuff, and so we needed to do it better. And I thought that they took us out of that a little bit. And the couple of times we had good looks, or a layup, we got a layup off one, and we missed some opportunities there. But the way they were guarding it and they were switching a lot on the baseline runner stuff. We had to be better in that area. That's the one probably biggest takeaway. And then I just thought, really, really physical in their gaps. And so that's what I said. You got to constantly have them moving. And some possessions we were good, but we just got to be more efficient in a game like this.
You mentioned that stretch. You guys got down 19, cut it to 8, and then, how would you just grade the team's urgency, one, to get back in the game, but then just the urgency after that?
Yeah, I thought our urgency was good. Like I said, I don't know when that run really started, what the time was, 10, 12 minutes, whatever. I'm not exactly sure on that. We finally made some shots. Like AJ made back-to-back threes. We had made 1 3 at the 10-minute mark of the second half. Like, it's hard to play a gap team. And to be honest, that's been a struggle the last couple weeks, to where you got to be able to make some threes, because we got to get people out of these gaps and out of the pain and sitting in this pain and heavy gap teams. But they're very physical, and they ride us. They try to ride you off some things. And but that's what I said. That's why you got that warrior mentality, and you got to do it better. And at times we did. And like I said, we put ourselves in a tough spot when you throw 18 points on the first half and like 32. It needs to be, if we're going to be down at half, but if you hold them to 27 and we make 2 threes, it's 27-24, and it's going to be a tough game. It's tough up in Des Moines. You gotta be really good for 40 minutes with them.
Would you say it's the pace that kind of goes into the first 20 minutes of the game, as far as because I think it's 3 straight games where you guys have been under 25 as far as the point total goes in the first half?
Well, Missouri State, we were just bad. I don't think pace had to do with that. I thought their pressure, but then watching the tape, I wasn't really sure if it was the pressure. They trapped the post some. They trapped some ball screen stuff. We turned it over, and I thought just the game. We just, I think we scored 10 points the first 10 minutes, but then the second half, the first 4 minutes, we scored 18 points. In front of us. So, but the Evansville game, yeah, but I thought, we missed some opportunities there. Like, you got to make a couple threes. We got to make some to just kind of bring people out.
Because the second half it opened better for you offensively. They 3 dunks in a row right out of halftime.
Yeah, I mean, we've been better.
Getting inside on finally.
Well, we've been better when we've been in front of our bench, and we can kind of control things a little bit more. That's what we were trying to do. If you're really paying attention, we changed kind of how we were doing some things offensively, of calling a set every time, and because we had turned it over a lot. I haven't played like that before, but I'm trying to figure out some things to help these guys. But yeah, we got some opportunities there, and then we ran some plays again that really were good, but they physically wrote us off things, and we got to be better than that. And so, man, I like this team a lot. I think that's what's hard right now, probably for everybody. For me and the staff and these guys and the support staff is, man, I like these guys a lot. Their character's really good. We've done some good things, and then we would have never thought, we'd be 5-8. We get off to a 4-2 start in this league. We get a pretty good start. We lost a tough home game and had that tough road game at Indiana State before we went to Hawaii. But I wouldn't have dreamed these last 3 weeks, not with home games and road games. We have opportunities to win, and it's been a tough 3 weeks. And like I said, is the measure, the sayings. I mean, we can quote a lot of different things, but like, your character's revealed right now. And so we can't sit there and frown, and we gotta buckle up, and we gotta get back. Like, I gotta get these guys playing at their max out level, not the medium level or the low. Like, I gotta get them to the max out level. That's my job as a coach. But I like these guys a lot. They've done it's like if you've seen it, I mean, go recruiting, right? And I watch the Tyrese Halliburton play or Isaiah Cannon play, and you watch him and you're like, damn, that's their ceiling. I've seen him. Now, I may go watch him play 2-3 more times and not play well, but I've seen that. So I'm coming back like, we got to get that dude. And I've seen these guys play really, really well. And it's my job to get that team back. And if we get that team back, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be in the fight. And so you're gonna have to go fight in St. Louis to win it anyway. So right now we just got to put ourselves and get back to playing well. And like I said, I trust the character in the locker room. We just gotta play better, and that's on me as the coach. And then really to be an encourager right now, and the kid, they kind of love him through it. Somebody was, said something today. I wanted it, but.
How do you get them back, though? You mentioned just getting them back to that level.
You work. I mean, you work, you teach, you love them. You try to tell them, you show them good moments of what they're capable of. Everybody does it differently. Some call them out, some berate them. I'm going to do the way I've been successful with. And, you hit a tough patch. And so, but, we need warriors right now. And, been through the gauntlet, and, like I told the guys, I said, man, if you ain't got a warrior mentality, then this is everybody. We don't need you. We don't need you with me. You ain't got to be coming tomorrow to work. Our coaches, players. I mean, we need warriors right now. But we're gonna break back. We're gonna break back, and
because, like I said, I told the guy, well, I've seen it. I've seen that kid play really, really well. I know it's in him. That's his, man. He can be special. So, like, we've hit a tough 3 weeks, these last, 5 games. We're 1-4 in our last 5 games. And in this league, when you're 1-4, that's a tough pill to swallow.